Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shelby and this is Shelby Reads, where we talk about Sapphic books all day, every day, all year long. So you subscribers and viewers, because I can see both, you don't watch any of my reading wrap-ups, so I've stopped doing it for a couple months because I'm like, why bother? I'm now going to start doing once a month, getting ready to film a rant review like I am today, and talking about the books I read while we talk about makeup and whatever the heck else we feel like. Unfortunately, makeup is one of my special interests, I fear, and that's not great because it's a recession, but maybe we'll talk about it. Who knows what's going to go on in this video? I don't know. But we are going to talk about books and makeup, so if you care about those things, stay around. Maybe like, maybe comment, maybe subscribe. And before we get started, I just want to have one disclaimer other than the usual, it's my opinion, blah, 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 blah. If you see any like bruises or scratch marks on my arms, I got them at work because the 120-year-old we have, who's a resident, beat me up 2 nights in a row. So again, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'm safe. I am being paid to be beaten up. It's ass. It's the worst, okay? I hate it, and I don't know how much longer I can deal with it. So, not trying to guilt you. I mean, I might look for something else because I just can't take it anymore. I don't know. Also, we're gonna do something about my bangs. I don't know what's wrong with them today. Well, I mean, I do. I used hair oil on my roots last night, and my bangs were like, yay. I'm like, no. I'm gonna start with skin prep. I do have 2 things to talk about when it comes to skincare. One of them makes me upset, but it's what it is. I'm not doing a lot of skin prep, by the way. I'm just doing a couple things. Don't you be yelling in my comments being like, that's not the way you're supposed to do it. I don't care. So I have had this one milia on my eyelid for years, since middle school, and I'm finally trying to kill it, and it's way smaller. It feels weird now, but like better in a good way. It's like significantly smaller. So like, I want to recommend these to you. People kept talking about these from freaking Amazon, OcuSoft, and it's a lid scrub that helps. And then this is the Versed, I don't know, but it's the Advanced Retinoid Eye Balm. Together they are clearing it up, thank God. And it's definitely making like the other couple of milia I have smaller, but like the one right near my lash line is the one I want dead because it makes doing eyeliner as a goth a huge pain in the ass. So I'm gonna start with my eyeball scrub. Also, I want to show you guys the new trash can I got for this room. I got it from Ollie's. I just think it's cute. I don't know. And I put like a lot of my makeup related trash in there now, until it like fills up or whatever. This is the next thing I'm so upset about. So it feels like every time you think that you figured out how to not to support like a terrible cause like genocide, right? You find out that another company that you liked is tied to something horrible like genocide. So unfortunately, like Innisfree was one of my favorite skincare brands. They're like Korean. I get them at TJ Maxx a lot. I don't know what to do now because their parent company is owned by Israel, and I'm not saying that to like complain, well, to complain, sure, but not to be like, woe is me. Like, I'm not dumb, you know? Like, I know that people in Palestine have it way harder, but I want to try to do my support, and it just feels frustrating because it feels like they go through these really elaborate, weird ways to trick you, you know? So I am upset about that. And I know that there's no ethical consumption under capitalism, yada yada, I know, but like at the same time I want to try my best, and it's always so frustrating because I really do feel like their stuff has been the best for my skin, which sucks. Especially the sunscreen. The sunscreen like doesn't burn your eyeballs. I'm not trying to recommend it, don't go buy it, but like, I mean, I wasn't buying it at full price either, but oh, also I am going to be largely not talking about what books I want to make videos on coming up, so if I gloss over some, that's just why. So I read Blood on Her Tongue and My Darling Dreadful Thing by Joanna Van Veen. They were both horror. I needed a bit of a break from terrible books. Like, I love doing it, but I was also like, oh my god, I can't take another annoying book. I can't. So I was worried, like I said in my one of my last rant reviews, that the Blood on Her Tongue book was gonna be like a lot of the bad books because it started with like a huge lore dump, and I was like, here we go. But it actually turned it around, so I gave that one a 4.5. I gave the My Darling Dreadful Thing a 4. Were they a bit predictable? Yeah. And that's coming from someone who every time I read horror or thrillers, I'm always like, like whenever there's a plot twist. Like it just, they were good. They scratched the itch, but they were a little predictable. Did I still really enjoy it though? Yeah. I think I'm a Joanna Van Veen fan now, I think. Mayhaps. Putting the sunscreen on, damn it. The good news about this sunscreen though is that I bought like a bunch when they were like $3 at TJ Maxx. So I have like some, you know, like on reserve. That's something that is also making me know it's a recession, other than me suddenly being into makeup again, is like my brain has reverted back to when it was the COVID shutdown, because remember when everyone was hoarding toilet paper and everyone was kind of freaking the heck out about it? So when, you know, more supplies actually worked their way back to us, people were like stocking up and like continued to stock up. It's like, it's like how with the Great Depression there was a lot of food insecurity. So people like hoarded food, right? Even after that, like a lot of people will be like, my grandparent did XYZ because of the Great Depression. Yeah, that's me, except with like a lot of different shit. And like, it's not working out great for me because like in my brain, I'll be like, I need an extra one of X thing to be able to use up the full thing of the first one. And that's like not a good idea. I know a lot of this stuff has like expiration dates, but at the same time, like I'm wigging out about it. And I don't want to, but I am, okay? I'm putting on the Fourth Ray Beauty overnight lip mask or whatever. I don't feel like it lasts that long on the lips. Like I do like it. It's like ColourPop's skincare brand, but like this will just absorb into my skin by the time we get to lips, so it's totally fine. Wait for that to absorb a little. So I also read The Avant-Gardes Volume 1, which is a comic, and it's about these girls who all go to an art school who are starting like a basketball team. I wasn't sure I was gonna like it simply because I don't care about sports. Sports are so boring to me. That doesn't do anything for me. And it's good that we know ourselves, all right? I actually really liked it. I gave it 4.5. Thought the art was really cute, and I thought the relationship stuff was cute. There's a lot of queer characters. A good time, I think. Gonna pretend I'm a beauty guru soon. Honestly, if I had turned out as pretty as my cousins, I think that could have been a good career for me, but I am the ugly duckling. So that's not me fishing for compliments. Get out of here. Yeah, one of the other ways my brain has been like, let's hoard stuff, has been some makeup. And I know that I need to stop myself, but it's because I don't use e.l.f. anymore because the Matt Rife situation, let's be real. And that sucks because this stupid contour wand, the liquid one, is like the best gray contour shade ever. And so I'm like running around testing other American ones. And it's not a lot, I gotta say. I did get the Essence one, and I like that one. I got the Anastasia one because in store it looked really gray, but when I put it next to the other two, it's really not, but it's okay. It'll just have to sustain me. e.l.f., I'm angry at you. Okay, I'm putting the, what is this? The Milk Hydro Grip and Glow Primer. I got it at TJ Maxx. I get, if it's luxury or like more expensive, trust that I got it at TJ Maxx or Marshall's. Another thing I want to complain about makeup just super quick is, have you guys seen how the prices keep going up? It's insane. Like I remember when e.l.f. was like a couple bucks and now they're selling their foundations for like, what, $15, $20? That's insane. See me looking down. I just gotta look in the mirror. I can't tell that far without my glasses from the monitor that's viewing me. This is the e.l.f. Putty Primer. I don't really like this anyway, but it's almost out though, so I can try something else. So my book club and I also finished The Battle Drum by Sarah L. Reefy, which is the second book in the Ending Fire trilogy, and I feel like I'm the only one really into it. It makes me sad. I do feel like my book club isn't overall that into fantasy. I feel like they really like lit fic, which I like some lit fic. It's just that I do think the writing in a lot of lit fic is significantly better than other genres. However, I feel like a lot of times it's trying to be sad, edgelord, life is awful, then you die. And like, that's fine sometimes, but like, I don't always want that. I mean, Marie Rutkowski's wasn't like, life sucks, then you die, which was nice of her. Thank you. My God, she noticed me on Bookstagram where I only have 77 followers. So yeah. Again, stupid e.l.f. using the stupid hydrating concealer. It's almost out. I have a ColourPop one that's gonna replace it. And this is the Peri Para ink corrector. I don't think they make this anymore. I got it at TJ Maxx. TJ Maxx and Marshalls would go out of business without people like me. I swear to God. But yeah, I had a really good time with the battle drum. I really didn't think they were gonna kill one of the characters that they killed, because like so far I feel like the only important characters that were murdered or just dead or whatever were villains. So like of course people are like not gonna care as much about that, although they did kill a villain in the second book pretty quickly, and I was very surprised because I thought she was gonna kind of be the big bad of the whole series, but she's not. She's just dead. This is a BH Cosmetics brush 137. I'm so upset about all these makeup brands that don't exist anymore. I'm telling you, what the hell, man. We'll talk about that too in a little bit because I got some other stuff. I know BH Cosmetics just got like absorbed into Revolution, right? But I'm tired of it. Tired of it, Grandpa. I really do like testing makeup products though. It's fun for me. This is exciting because this is the star shaped, it doesn't look like it because I gotta wash it soon, It Cosmetics foundation brush. I found this at TJ Maxx. Slaps. And then I have the ColourPop Pretty Fresh foundation. I'm almost out of this. I have other foundations though to work with for a bit, but I don't know if I want to rebuy this. I kind of want to try the About Face Halsey brand foundation because everyone says it's really good. I don't know. I'm getting older. I'm getting more like lines and wrinkles and whatever, and it's the stress for sure, but still. I do think it's a little dark. I always shy away from getting like the lightest shade because I'm like, I'm not that light compared to these people I see on TikTok, and then I buy these shades and I'm like, it's too dark. It doesn't really match my neck, but it's what it is. Next, I read some more horror. I read They Drown Our Daughters. This one was pretty good. It was also pretty predictable. It felt like if you took Paranorman and The Haunting of Bly Manor and made a baby. I liked it fine. It wasn't like the best horror I've ever read. I gave it like a 4. I had a good time, and a lot of it didn't really go where I thought it would. I'm gonna do my brows quick. Then I read The Eyes Are the Best Part, which I don't actually think is gay, but it felt really gay to me while I was reading it, you know? I actually did like it. I felt like it was kind of a fun combination of being not white in the US as a theme, and also kind of the generational divide was very interesting because her parents are getting divorced. These two teenage girls' parents are getting divorced, and the mom starts dating some, like, let's be real, creepy ass white man. And they feel really uncomfortable, and like meanwhile their mom is just saying things like, don't go for Korean men because your dad was a Korean man and he left me for some woman, so get a white man or whatever, they appreciate you better. But you literally watch and see that that's not true, which, I mean, I grew up with white men. I could have told you that for free. Also, this is the Benefit brow pencil. I don't think they make it anymore. Again, TJ Maxx. I thought this stuff used to be a gimmick, but I actually do really like this one. And now I'm just gonna go in with the ColourPop brow gel. Forgot to dye my eyebrows when I dyed my hair this time. I'm mad about it, but it's what it is. I can't exactly remember all of that book because, you know, I'm having a hard time. But I did really like it. I don't feel like it was sapphic, but like it also felt very sapphic, if that makes any sense to any of you. Put on the e.l.f. contour. I'm gonna try really hard not to buy from them, but it makes me sad because like I can't afford super fancy stuff, you know? Also, my goal is to look like I'm a freshly made vampire, so I got a little blood in my cheeks, you know? But also the contour is a little more dramatic than what regular people would do. I was gonna try this BH Cosmetics brush 114 for my contour this time because I was using it for my blush, and I like a lot of blush, but even for me it was too much. Also, I'm trying to chase the high of that video, the rant review I did for Summer Love, that no one saw, but I looked fucking amazing. I read The Book of Pride, LGBT Heroes Who Changed the World. There we go. I just had to check. And I gave it like a 3. It was fine. Like, I feel like a lot of times when you get into certain history books, it is quite literally the same like 10 people that everybody interviewed. And I'm not saying that they don't have important things to say or that they're not important. But what I am saying, now I'm going back in with concealer and then under highlight. That's right. I do insane makeup steps. And like, I think if that's one of your first LGBT reads, that's fine, you know, because then you'll get, you know, everything. Like, but to me, it felt very similar to the Stonewall Reader. It just felt like we were interviewing everyone who was at or near the Stonewall Inn at the same time. And like, I overwhelmingly didn't really feel like they had that different of things to say, you know? So like, I was just like, I think this book could be important if it's like your first LGBT book ever, but to me it was very boring. Oh, I almost forgot my blush. Jeez. This is the About Face Cheek Freak Blush Balm in the shade Big O, and it's not a makeup brand if we're not weirdly inappropriate. However, it is so hard to find like a blood red blush, which is what I'm going for. So I do the balls of my cheeks. You can argue with the wall. And then this is really old. I don't care about expiration dates. This is the Too Faced Peach Frost highlight whatever. Trying to go through some of my old makeup. It's so hard because like my brain really just wants to buy more makeup, because like just like books, I feel like buying makeup and using makeup are two different hobbies. I also don't wear makeup to work because there's no point. A kid's just gonna try to beat my ass. What's the point? It's getting dark out there. Jesus. All right, we're going to the first powder, but I'll talk about some more books. Okay. So I read The Pink Triangle, The Nazi War Against Homosexuals. Also, this is the e.l.f. Halo Glow powder filter. I'm just trying to use it up and waste not want not. I'm starting to be able to see the pan though, so anytime now. I think it's a really important book, but it is a really hard read, obviously, because it's about what happened during the Holocaust. So I gave it a 4. It's like really quite difficult to rate a lot of nonfiction, I find, because like it might not always be told in the most attention grabbing way, but like I still think it's important, you know. But if you really don't know about what happened during World War II specifically for gay people, I would recommend you checking it out. All right, I skip around. I'm gonna do my eyeballs next. I think I'm just doing eyeliner today. I really only have like 3 looks. I feel like if I'm gonna keep doing this, I'm gonna try to do some other looks and also try some of the newer makeup that I've been accruing, you know, but right now, it's what it is. This is the KVD, which isn't Kat Von D anymore, by the way. It's like Kindness Vegan Discovery. Tattoo liner. It's the waterproof one. It's in the black shade. I like this stuff, but when it's running out, it feels really patchy. So I also have this old e.l.f. one that's so old that the thing is not on there, but I also don't care because I'm going to try to use it for as much as I can get out of it, okay? Also, if the makeup is around $20 or more, normally when it's sold in like a regular store, please rest assured, I did not buy it at the regular store. I also don't always use eyeliner. Sometimes I use the About Face matte liquid eyeshadows, especially like the black one. I just use like a really thin brush, you know. The milia on that side make things difficult. And yes, I know it's uneven. Does it really matter? I think not, because I wear glasses and you can barely see it anyway. It must be the pressure of hanging out with you guys on camera. My internet besties. You probably can't tell on camera, it's a little patchy. So I'm just gonna go over it with this. This is also like a lot blacker, but I hate the brush tips, so it is what it is. Beggars can't be choosers. This is probably almost dead too, to be honest. I have a ColourPop eyeliner I gotta try, but I didn't wanna open it because I don't want it to like dry out, you know? This looks darker, but it doesn't right now. It's probably dying too. It's the way it is, alright? Alright, I'm gonna do mascara. This is the ColourPop BFF one or whatever. It's just the black one. It's fine. I wish ColourPop would go back to making like weird girl makeup, because I feel like they had like those 9 pan palettes. I actually have one, hold on, that were like monochrome. I have the Blow and Smoke one, so it's obviously like black and grays because I'm goth, you know. But I had the I have still, I think somewhere actually, the really neon pink one. And I'm like, I wish you guys would like go back to doing what you used to do, you know. I wish you were making black liquid lipsticks. I wish you were making things for the weirdos. This is the Sephora Colorful Contour. It's like really purpley gray. I got this at like a TJ Maxx or something, which is frustrating because America just doesn't have a lot of cool tone contours. I think this is a Real Techniques. Yeah, it says it's the 303. Okay. We just don't have a lot of cool tone contour, which is extremely frustrating because like I don't want bronzer. I don't want to be orange, okay? Like if you want to be, good for you, but I don't want that. And I've seen some other like cool tone contours, like I think Kaleidos has a palette or something, but it's like I want to support indie brands, but they're so expensive, you know. Like maybe when I'm moved and in a better place I can do that. I'm also going to be trying this Wet n Wild brush I've had forever. I just like cleaned it with the NYX Buttermelt blush in Deep Rosewood. It's so hard to find like a blood red blush that's powder. Kaleidos has one. Again, it's like $18. This was not that much. I don't really want to support NYX either though. It's the never-ending dilemma. Okay, that's way better. Hey Toby, you look like a clown. Trust the process. Put a little too much on one side. It's fine. Powder is for, in my opinion, toning it down. Even though I don't want to tone anything down. How crazy does it look on camera? Okay, it's still looking a little crazy. It doesn't look as crazy in person, I fear. Better. I think my NYX Lingerie XXL black is almost dead, so I might have to use my Milani. I don't know, but I'm using an e.l.f. eyeliner as a lip liner. Sue me. One crazy book I read was Empathy by Sarah Schulman, and people have been asking me to talk about some books from the 90s. I do have a plan to, but like this book is insane and it's very lit ficky. She's a lesbian who wants to work out some of her issues, so she picks this random man who's not a therapist. He self-describes himself as a Freudian, and she meets up with him to work on her issues. And then it has like a twist I genuinely did not expect. It was kind of crazy. The only thing I don't like about the Milani matte liquid lipstick, it's the shade Leather, it's the only black one, is that it's very like powder feeling when it's dry almost, but I do feel like it gives way more pigment than the NYX one, so I don't know if I'm gonna rebuy the NYX. I haven't decided. I also read Patricia Wants to Cuddle, which is a horror. It was fine. It was whatever. It was like a reality show type thing, and then it, you know, evolves into horror, and I had a good time, but like not my favorite of all time. I gave that a 4. I also read Little Light Mischief, which is a novella, but it's a Regency like period piece, and I actually really liked it because the two main characters weren't like ladies, and in the end they end up like opening a boarding house together, and I really liked that. Gave that a 4 too. There's a lot of 4s. I read This Ravenous Fate, which is a Harlem Renaissance era vampire book. That's what it takes place in. I think it had really solid ideas, but I feel like it over-explained things because it's for YA, and it just like took me out of it every single time. I was like, I work with teenagers and I know they're not this stupid, so I'm just always frustrated, you know? I gave that one a 3. Time for real makeup rant time. So why is it every time you find something that works absolutely perfect for you, they go out of business? So I'm going to be using the Flower Beauty satin finishing powder or whatever. I'm almost out. I went to like look up online, right? Okay, how much is it now? They're out of business because the parent company decided to close them down. I'm really sad about it because I also really liked their foundation. So I'm like, great, thanks. Poor people can't have anything. And I actually, this container has always been stupid. This is the bottom, but I lifted up the top to see how much I have left. Oh, it's like nothing. I was like, ugh. Yeah, like you have to hear me beating on it. It's not very typical for powders, I don't think. I also have really dry skin, so it's frustrating because all the finishing powders I've been finding are not for dry skin. Like Drew Barrymore knew what was up, okay, when she made this shit. Like, bring it back. Same formula, bring it back. I mean, this packaging, terrible. But other than that, bring it back. I bought the Juvia's Place one to use, but it's just not the same. And I'm hoping I'll warm up to it, but there's nothing like that Flower Beauty powder. I fear. Stop going out of business, random shit. I also mentioned briefly in a different video that I read Making History, The Struggle for Gay and Lesbian Rights from 1945 to 1990. That one also feels similar to the other book I was talking about, The Book of Pride, because I feel like it's interviews primarily with the same 10 people. However, I read this one first, and so I did like it a little better. I gave it like a 4. I feel like it's more comprehensive overall too, but who knows. Okay, I'm going to be using the ColourPop Pretty Fresh setting spray, and then I'm going to put a highlight on, and then we'll be done. And then while it's still a little wet, this is the Beetlejuice X Revolution combo pack. And I just used the middle one, the pinky one, while it's still like a little wet. And this is also a BH Cosmetics brush. Isn't it refreshing to see someone who uses stuff that they bought a while ago though? All right, one more book to talk about. Thank you guys for hanging with me, by the way. I know I get a little distracted because I'm doing the makeup, but I'm having a good time. I love doing makeup. I know my bangs look uneven, but they're not. It's because I have fucking curly hair and it just does whatever the hell it wants, even when I straighten it. So it's gonna have to be good enough. Oh, curly hair, why are you the way you are? And I finished last night this Princess Kills Monsters, and was it Sapphic? Sort of, not really. I feel like I saw a bunch of people call it Sapphic, but like the main characters, the romance is a woman and a trans man, so I was very confused. I thought it was kind of fun because I felt like it was very tongue-in-cheek, making fun of romantasy almost, you know? Like, it was over the top sometimes, but I had a decent-ish time. I just felt like at the end of the day it didn't actually feel all that different from a lot of the terrible romantasy I've been reading, except that like this author is self-aware, so I don't know how to feel about it. Like, there were other sapphic and like queer characters in it, but it was not focused on them, so I guess I'm just frustrated with other book talkers who are advertising it as just sapphic, unless I blacked out for part of it. I don't remember, but I gave it 3.5 stars. It was just fine. It's what it is. All right, here's a finished look, guys. I'm gonna get closer. If you see texture, it's because I have texture. I'm 32, it's the way it is, but almost everyone's skin has texture. It's just the way it is. I hope you guys like this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I know not everyone's into makeup, so like not a lot of people will watch this, but you never know. Could be fun. I hope all of you are having a great week, and I will see you like this next month at some point. Okay? Bye.